And boys, we are back here with another Madden video. Today is all about abilities, especially after the AP update. If you guys do not know, offensive AP is now 6 and defense is 7. And I want to go over some of my favorite strategies. Before we get into today's video, I do want to talk about our sponsor real quick, MMOEXP.com. If you guys want an alternative to buying packs, consider buying coins at MMOEXP and make sure to use code DILLA at checkout for 5% off your order. Now we are going to start off with offense right here, and I want to break this up in two parts. One, if you have the coins for Vince Young and Eli Manning, these are the setups I like. But then we're going to break it down into two other quarterbacks I want to cover, the 92 Joe Montana and also just a 92 quarterback in general without discounts. But let's get it started right here with Vince Young. The main reason why these 95s, in my opinion, are a little bit overpowered, especially at the quarterback position, is someone like Vince Young gets 2 AP gunslinger. And that's the entire basis of our ability setup with Vince Young, right? You want the 2 AP gunslinger. That's really why you would run the card. Besides gunslinger, that leaves you with 4 AP. And what I really like on quarterback, something that I'm really recommending is gift wrapped as well. If you guys ever get like that diving catch animation where your receiver is like, it's in their hands and then they just drop it, gift wrapped counters that. So that's why I'm very big on gift wrapped. It's kind of like a don't get cheated ability. And that right there on our quarterback, we've already spent 3 AP. Now, what can we do with the additional 3 AP? What do I like? Well, really, if we're talking about some of the most expensive cards in the game, this is where the team diamonds really come into play. Like someone like Matt Forte gets running back apprentice for 1 AP. That is now 4 out of your 6 AP. You can also get someone like Brandon Stokely as well. This card right here, guess what? He gets slot apprentice for 1 AP. That is now 5 out of your 6 AP. And then finally, if you really wanted to, you could then go to Jimmy Graham and you could put on that tight end apprentice for 1 AP as well. So that is apprentices at a ton of spots that are really important. And that's probably the best ability setup in the game. But if you do the math on like Matt Forte, Jimmy Graham, Brandon Stokely, like that's just like unfeasible. Like that is an insane amount of coins, like not worth it. And what I would do with Vince Young instead is I'll run the gunslinger for 2 AP. Let's just go a little bit cheaper. Let's get a running back apprentice with Icky Woods, okay? And I actually really like this Icky Woods card, and he can be a mainstay of the team no matter what. But yeah, running back apprentice for 2 AP. One of the great things on Icky Woods too is the fact that he can get the tank ability for 0 AP as an X factor. So that's one apprentice right there. And then we can go to like the tight end position or the wide receiver position and just get a slot app or a tight end app too. And we don't have to break the bank on this card either. Like we can rock Cole Kmet, 280K, tight end apprentice for 2 AP. We don't have to break the bank. Now, part 2 of the expensive option is Eli Manning. This is my personal favorite quarterback, and this is who I think is QB1 because I think he gets the best ability setup. Now, let me talk about it. So I think there's 2 options when you talk about Eli Manning. Do you want to run conductor for 0 AP, or do you want to run gunslinger for 2 AP? And on Eli Manning, I think the best setup is gunslinger. And also keep in mind though, too, if we spend all our AP on Eli Manning, that does open up tank for 0 on Icky Woods and also a 0 AP run protector on like the people's tight end George Kittle. But the setup I'd go with Eli Manning is gunslinger for 2 AP. Then you can go hot route master for 3 AP. And then you can also get the gift wrap for 1 AP. I think that is the best setup in the game for a quarterback right now. You get the speed up of the release with the gunslinger. You get every route, and you also get the don't get cheated ability with gift wrap. That's really hard to beat. I love that ability setup. That's why I'm so high on Eli Manning. Now, Eli Manning also gives you another option as well, and that is going to be conductor for 0 AP. And conductor, faster hot routes is really nice. And with conductor, what I like on this is you can go conductor and potentially set feet lead. This is a velocity ability. Now, do I think set feet lead is worth it? In my opinion, no, but you could do it. You may like set feet lead more than gunslinger. That's your personal opinion. And set feet lead 5 AP. And then you can also go the gift wrapped as well. So you get a velocity quarterback with conductor. Ton of customization when it comes to Eli Manning. Again, if you wanted to, you could go conductor. Say you don't like gunslinger, you could go conductor, hot route master, gift wrapped, 4 AP. So yeah, pretty much what I'm saying is Eli Manning, super customizable, but those are the setups I like, and we would rock all of our AP on Eli Manning. Now, those 2 right there are the expensive options. Now, let's go ahead and go to just base quarterback right here. Let's talk about some more feasible options right here. If you are looking for a slightly cheaper quarterback in the game, that you want like a meta ability stack on your quarterback, I feel like it has to be the captain. And Andrew Luck right here, what I love on the card is I hyped up this card a ton when we were talking about AP changes, because this is a potential gunslinger, gift wrapped quarterback, but on top of that, he also gets backyard quarterback for 1 AP. This right here is Howard Master plus QB playmaker. And sure, it's on and off, but I don't necessarily think you need Howard Master every single play. It is nice to get with some plays, and that's where I think Andrew Luck's value is, getting the backyard QB. That would be all 6 of your AP, and that's another setup that I really like, pretty much all AP on the quarterback. Now I'm gonna give you guys another setup. This is more like Anthony Richardson and also Jaden Daniels. I know a ton of people love these cards. Anthony Richardson, one of the more popular things to do on this card is, again, rock the base gunslinger ability and then get one apprentice, and the most popular one in my opinion is running back apprentice. So you could go running back apprentice, gunslinger, Anthony Richardson, boom, that's your setup. And I know I really just focus on quarterback for offense, but I feel like this is where the majority of your AP lies. And now there is one final ability setup that I really like, and I wouldn't necessarily say it's meta, but it's all to do with this Joe Montana card right here and his unique ability. This setup right here, if you guys do not like the gunslinger ability, Joe Montana is your guy. I think the one weakness on this card is the fact that he's 76 speed, but does have a good release. I think I may have underrated him in my quarterback ranking video, and really the entire reason why you would run Joe Montana with the ability bucket upgrade token, he can unlock the master tactician ability, which is hot rod master, QB playmaker, and conductor all in one ability. Now it is for AP, and with this I really think you should probably rock a gift wrapped ability, and you maybe want to run like a quick draw as well, just faster throwing animations when under pressure. Like I think that makes sense as well. Like abilities that I kind of like that are worth mentioning that just really didn't make the cut today for a setup, I like a Monroe St. Brown's X Factor right here, the route tech for 2. If you can somehow fit this in, having a receiver that can do a good job versus man coverage, even if it's on and off X Factor, like I like that. And it just really didn't make a setup today though. And another thing I want to mention as well is on the offensive lines, I really don't mind rocking the post up ability. Like I kind of like post up on the center. It's 2 AP. And again, kind of like the AKA Route Tech X Factor, just really didn't have a way to fit it in today. And that's really everything I wanted to cover on the offense side of the ball. Ability setups were really QB centric, like Eli Manning and Vince Young took the majority of our time. But again, you can still get away with using Joe Montana, Anthony Richardson, Andrew Luck. Like there are a ton of different options. I feel like for the most part though, a lot of it is just quarterback abilities. Like I don't really love evasive or anything on the running back. I don't mind like the tank ability or balance beam, but I feel like a lot of people play on conservative anyway, and really the only wide receiver ability that I like is route tech, but I think it's way too expensive in AP given the things you can run on quarterback and tight end, potential tight end apprentice, also like the 0 AP run protector with the people's tight end. But yeah, that was everything that I wanted to cover on the offense side of the ball. Let's go to the defense now, where I think you have 3 different strategies. And again, because team diamonds are a thing, these strategies are all going to be dependent on how much can you open your wallet or how much can you spend, because the 3 strategies are all out pass rush, all out like catch your interceptions, or all out knockouts. Those are the 3 ways to go about defense, and the most popular one I think is going to be to catch your interceptions. Keep in mind, defense is now 7 AP, so cards like Chris Gamble and Ryan Clark, they get pick artists for 1 AP. That is, instead of 4 out of your 7 AP, that is 2 out of 7 AP. That means you can then run 2 AP pick artists in total right there. That is 6 out of your 7 AP. And with that remaining AP, in my opinion, I think it goes to a like lurk artist linebacker, right? Potential user, like for instance Fred Warner, if you wanted to user him, I think that's where the remaining AP goes. Now with that as well, I think we have some mainstays of the team as well, and what I mean by that is no matter what, these cards get such good abilities, they should probably be on the team. And I think one of those players is JJ Watt Milkman right here, and not necessarily because of his unstoppable force X Factor, but he gets 0 AP lurk artist as an X Factor that can play on the team, right? I like JJ Watt because of that. And besides JJ Watt, we also have to talk about prime time as well. We will be talking about his universal coverage in a second, but 0 AP pick artists on him as well. So potentially Chris Gamble, Ryan Clark pick artists to 2 AP pick artist players, and say you need a slot, you can put Dion there with 0 AP X Factor pick artist. Almost everyone on your defense at that point can catch interceptions. That's really like the all-out pick artist defense with the expensive cards like Ryan Clark and Chris Gamble. Now, I think for 99% of us out there though, you're not going to have Ryan Clark, you're not going to have Chris Gamble. So how does that change things? Well, I think then you prioritize pick artists at your top safety spot. So for instance, like Ronnie Lott, right? Like he's going to get that pick artist ability for 2 AP, and say we have that at our free safety and our strong safety, that is going to be 4 out of 7 AP. And besides that, I think you have some options. It really depends on your defense, because if you have 2 pick artists that's your top safeties, right? You can then go 3 lurk artist players. Like you can have the Fred Warner, you can have Terrell Bernard, all with lurk artists. If you're in like a 6-1 or like a 3-4 out style of defense, that is what I would do. Or what you could do is, again, Ronnie Lott top safety we have a strong safety with pick artist. One of our outside corners has pick artist as a base ability. That is 6 out of 7. And then our user has lurk artist like a Fred Warner. And then on top of that, our other outside corner is Deion Sanders with the 0 AP pick artist X Factor. I hope all that makes sense. That's really the strategies that I would go with to just all out catch your interceptions. Now we got to talk about all out pass rush. We have 7 AP to spend, and there's 2 ways to go about this. One of them again is all about, can you afford potentially Vic Beasley Jr. right here? And the big thing on Vic Beasley is the fact that he can get the 2 AP double or nothing right here. 2 out of our 7 AP is double or nothing on Vic Beasley. On top of that, with Vic Beasley, do you want an on or off X Factor, or do you want consistent and ability on every play? Because no matter what, on this player right here, we're spending 3 AP, and your options are either potential Milkman Unstoppable Force for 3 AP, which this, I think, a defensive tackle just is insane. Like JJ Watt with Unstoppable Force was one of the best pass rushers I've ever used, and that can cause havoc. It is on and off, right? Or you could potentially get someone like Jeffrey Simmons as well. And this card right here just gets the base double or nothing ability for 3 AP. So no matter what right here, we have spent 5 out of our 7 AP. And with the remaining 2 AP for our all out pass rush lineup, we are going after AKA X Factors. And that's where a card like Mark Gastineau really comes into play as well. And Mark Gastineau, of course, the big thing, double or nothing X Factor for 1 AP. Now, what you could also do as well is the Blitz X Factor for 1 AP to have the blocker resistance wiped. That can make double or nothing go a little bit crazy too. We're spending 1 AP on this, and no matter what, like that helps out the pass rush a ton. So Blitz or double or nothing on Mark Gastineau. And the last piece rounding out this all out pass rush lineup is going to be Brian Arakpo B-Rack, and this is another card that gets the 1 AP double or nothing X Factor. So yeah, the 2 X Factor players, Mark Gastineau, Brian Arakpo, either double or nothing on both, or Blitz on Mark Gastineau. And then like an interior spot, either run like a Jeffrey Simmons that gets base double or nothing as an ability for 3 AP, or you can run Milkman or Reggie White with Unstoppable Force for 3 AP, but keep in mind that's going to be on or off. But the big one, Vic Beasley, pass rusher, 2 AP, double or nothing. That's the all-out pass rush lineup. Really, if you don't have Vic Beasley, I feel like that lineup can't work as effectively. You could run a 3-down lineman set with basically the same exact abilities that we did cover, and that does leave you additional 2 AP. Maybe want to go lurk guards, want to add abilities on top of that as well, but that's what I would do for an all-out pass rush lineup. Now we got to talk about KOs, and really there's one knockout that I want to talk about. Not deep in, not deep out, not flat zone. I think the big one that can actually make a difference is mid-zone knockout. Mid-zone knockout on like Chris Harris Jr. for 2 AP, and it is nice to get, but really you're rocking like 2 mid-zones, and with Chris Harris you could go like 2 mid-zones and then like a flat zone, or like 2 mid-zones, 2 lurk artists, 2 mid-zones, a pick artist. Like the big thing though is having 2 mid-zones either as your outside corners or your top safeties. And I think this can do a good job like protecting the seams as like a top safety. It can play some things that a lot of people just aren't used to them playing. And we don't even really need Chris Harris right here, because the big thing is the fact that it's just 2 mid zones. So potentially getting someone like Ronnie Lott, again, like Ronnie Lott's been an example a ton for us, but if you want knockouts, because honestly, man, I don't love pick artists in this game. Like pick artist still drops interception. So if you're telling me my zones can maybe react a little bit faster and play some things that can maybe catch some people off guard, I'm all for it. So double mid zones, either top safeties or both outside corners. That's my knockout setup. I know I said that there was only 3 ability setups on defense, but there's one more ability that I want to talk about. And again, Ronnie Lott is I believe he's the only player in the game to get this. And that is in a team diamond, and it's film study. Like, film study shows offensive play after repeated play calls. This is an annoying ability to play up against, and if you are on the defense side of the ball, you do have to know how to adjust, of course. Like, seeing the play call is cool, but you better know how to stop it. And with this ability right here, you can go a little bit of pass rush with it. Like, you could go 3 Don X Factors. You can go pick artists with this ability, but I just wanted to mention film study as well. And yeah, those were all the ability setups that I really love in the game. All out, try to catch your interceptions, all out pass rush, potential knockouts in zone, and film study on defense. And yeah, boys, hope you guys did enjoy this video today, man. A lot of different ability setups, and you have a ton of customization, and there's probably an ability or a setup that I didn't mention that you guys do like. So comment down below your guys' favorite ability setup. But if you guys did enjoy this video today though, man, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, if you guys do want to go ahead and see me use these abilities live, I do stream here on both YouTube and Twitch. To watch on the YouTube, make sure to hit that noti bell as well. You'll be notified every time I upload or go live here. Or if you guys want to watch on the Twitch, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this one right here.